Allison Jenkins from Tucson asked you directly, Governor, please answer, why are salons, nail shops, and barbershops still considered essential services? It seems like an unnecessary risk for clients and beauticians, and it is not essential. And then one other question, if I could, from Aurelia Bradley in Chandler. Why is the list of essential businesses in Arizona so much larger than many other states? If you could answer both of those viewers.
Sure. So we took the guidance from what we saw as best practices in other states to add to Arizona. And like I said, the businesses that are being mentioned here are not inside the order. What they're taking is some part of the order, and they're behind that. If we need to update the guidance, we will do that, and we'll continue to do that. This is changing on a daily basis. We've increased the guidance along the way, and it seems like we need some clarity around these issues, because if people aren't practicing the physical distance, if they aren't using protective measures that are non-surgical, then they're out of compliance.
As far as those who work at some of these salons, is there concern for their health? They can't, if they don't go into work, they lose their job. If they go into work, they're concerned that they're not keeping the recommended social distancing.
Well, I've got concern for workers in any business in the state of Arizona, and I want to separate out essential businesses from critical businesses. Those are the doctors and nurses and first responders. They're stepping up. But we do hear that there's some fear of people that are working in the marketplace, and there's all the rights that they had before the emergency declaration. They still have those rights. There's also a social safety net. I imagine we're going to get to the economy at some point, because we are encouraging people to stay home, stay healthy, and stay connected. If people want to follow that, they can take advantage of what's going to be provided not only through the CARES Act and the federal government, but the state as well.
So you're comfortable having these folks working their jobs to where, again, the CDC recommended social distancing isn't happening?
I want people to follow the social distancing. That's what I've been talking about. That's why we shut so much of the state down. And basically, this is what's happening right now. 40% of the working people in the state are feeling this because their business is either shut down or they've been sent home.
I want to ask you another viewer question. This is from Hester Van Heemstra in Tucson. And Hester asks, although social distancing and stay-at-home recommendations have been put in place, why have these not been mandated with penalties for going against these?
I want to address this because I think this is some misinformation. I presented this as stay at home, stay healthy, and stay connected. I didn't use the words shelter in place because I believe that Arizonans are smart and they're responsible, and that's certainly what I've been observing. I gave the order on March 30th, and it's a directive enforceable by law. The order went into effect at 5 p.m. on March 31st. I worked a little bit later that night, but still left in rush hour time. I drove home on empty streets and an empty freeway to my home. No one was out. That evening, I took the garbage out about 9 o'clock, and I live on a very busy thoroughfare. The only night that it's as quiet as it was on the first night of the order is Christmas Eve. People are listening to the order, and that will help slow the spread. But if someone's not listening to the order, law enforcement can suggest that they begin listening to the order. And if they don't, they're going to have a Class 1 misdemeanor, which is a $2,500 fine and up to 6 months in jail. And we will enforce that. So it is enforceable. There is teeth. But right now, where we are in terms of the preparation that we need for what's coming our way, in terms of the other things that need to happen in state government and delivering those products to the people that need it in our hospitals and around our state, we're making that happen.